I just hate seeing my face talking while I'm talking.
You can undo that.
I know. But then I miss it. Welcome to
WayTooBroad.
Spray my bod.
WayTooBroad, a show and tell program for really, really ridiculously excited, silly grown-ups. I'm Hannah, and these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Hi, Erin.
What is up, Hannah? What is up, Ben?
Hi. Hello. Hello. It's a hello.
Ben's trying to
you.
change the name of the podcast on the fly, and that's
WayTooBroad.
WayTooBroad.
Have I told you about Sitapukin?
Yes.
What is that?
It's me when I said see that towel pukin one time when I was having bread rise and there was a towel over it and I wanted to point out that it was rising so much it was pukin the towel, but I said that to my family and I said Sita pukin, and Molly's sister and mom thought I said Sita pukin, and so apparently like they all still say Sita pukin.
I wonder if that means something in some language.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it means observe the bread rising.
Because, in Portuguese, maybe? I don't remember. One of the languages Uncle Al speaks, payday means, like, I farted or something. You know about that?
No.
And so, like, one time he was, he and another person who speaks the language that is the thing in, were playing the game Payday with, like, a bunch of people from our family, and every time that someone yelled Payday, they would, like, laugh and wouldn't explain why.
That sounds like a stinky game. I stink at that game.
Got him.
That reminds me. Do you guys know the comedian Demi Lardner?
Mm-mm.
She's an Australian comedian, and she and her boyfriend have a podcast that I wish I could remember the name of. It's something ridiculous. Oh yeah, here it is. It's called BigSoftTitty.png.
I like that.
And it's like all like one word, BigSoftTitty.png.
I love that it's big soft titty. I love that. 100%.
WayTooBroad reminds me of that for some reason.
Is that a good podcast?
Never listened to it. It was recommended by Paul F. Tompkins on Stay F. Homekins once.
Oh, is that a good podcast?
It's okay.
Okay. I've never actually listened to it.
I started listening to it when it first came out, and it's pretty fun. They're funny.
Okay, I haven't...
Welcome to WayTooBroad, where we ask, is that a good
podcast? That's our question. Biggest question of the year.
And the meta question is this a good podcast?
Whoa, fuck.
Anyway, listen to this sound. It's pretty good, right?
Closer to the mic. Closer to the mic.
Okay,
Closer
hold on.
to the mic.
Listen to this sound. Okay, here we go.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the good shit.
Hell yeah.
I got a new instrument. It's a plastic tube. So I might use it to punctuate things.
Totally tubular.
You could use that to cover up a fart.
Yeah.
But why would you cover it up? Why cover up a fart? What would be the motivation to cover up a fart? Why would anyone need to?
What do you mean?
Why do you need to cover up a fart? Be proud.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what your angle was here. You just
What are you talking about?
Turns out you're just pro fart.
Yeah, pro fart. Fart it out. Everyone farts, you know?
Hashtag farted out.
I mean, also, like, in the context of recording a podcast, a fart would have to be really loud for it to, like, actually pick up. Not that I haven't had that happen.
And I feel like if you're using that loud, obnoxious sound to cover up a fart, and you stated it, then it's going to be more obvious every time you fart. So that's really nice. So it's not like a cover-up, it's more like an announcement. Which... I'm pro. We've already covered this.
So why don't we use it, let's just go whole hog and do it before you fart to draw extra attention to the fart.
Fart through the tube as you're making it move.
Yeah.
I was like looking at my, like, extending the tube and looking at my cats through it earlier, which was fun. So that's not the same.
Where did the tube come from?
Yeah, that's a good question. Origin story.
Oh, I gotta go. No, it's
You're being cagey about the tube.
it's a part of a, like, thing to put puzzles away. I'm still on that puzzle train, really intensely puzzle train, and like, to the point that as I was waiting for more puzzles to arrive, I started doing an old puzzle because I was, like, desperate. That's how much I need puzzles right now for some reason, and this like, you put the puzzle, you, like, assemble the puzzle on top of this, like, big thing of felt so that the pieces don't move around. And then this thing, you extend it and, like, roll the felt up around it, and then you can, like, put the puzzle aside so that the cats don't destroy it, hopefully. That's the goal. So, it's like a little puzzle saver kit. So, anyway, what are we drinking? Erin.
Who says that first?
Erin says it first.
I've got 3.5 drinks here. I've got iced water. I've got a plain seltzer. Huh?
Is that a new record? 3.5 drinks?
I think so. So I've got iced water. I've got a plain seltzer. I've got a ginger ale kombucha. And I've got the end of chikorita soup, which is my 0.5. All because I was feeling a little queasy earlier, but I feel like all of these liquids have been helping me feel a lot better. So I think I was just, like I said, hot and hungry.
Yeah, booch will always help you. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, such a big drink.
Especially a ginger booch, because it's got your probiotics, it's got your fizz, and then it's got your ginger. That's like a triple whammy of stomach feeling better.
Yeah, exactly. Ben, what are you drinking?
2 things of iced water. Actually, they both melted already.
Wow. Is it hot there?
It's like 74. I guess that's hot enough to melt ice.
Yeah.
And that's on science.
Yep. Welcome to Ben's Science Corner. It's 74 degrees. It's enough to melt ice. This has been Ben's Science Corner. Have a good night.
Wow.
Let's make a kid show.
Yeah. I'll talk about puzzles. Ben can do the Science Corner. It'll be great.
Where I just spend a single
You can make fun
fact at a
noises. Like that.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
We practically are a kid show. Just do the bleeps.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't commit to doing the bleeps, so.
Yeah.
I'm drinking Rojo, Bantam Rojo cider. Yummy, yum, yum. And a pineapple spindy.
Yeah, kids, she's drinking apple juice.
Yeah. Regular
She's drinking mommy's apple juice.
Not for kids. Yeah. I need us to abandon this is a children's show conceit because it makes me uncomfortable.
Because Hannah wants to get nasty, damn it.
See, that's really good because kids, consent is really important. So it's important to ask consent before you turn your podcast into a kid's podcast.
Yeah, and that's a good lesson for you grown-ups. So, cool.
Yeah.
Do we have
All
upfront
right, no more
stuff?
kid show.
Oh, I didn't check the email.
I did. We missed a call.
I got nothing up front.
We missed a call. They didn't leave a message?
I have an upfront. Well, I'll have an upfront. We'll just let it bleed into my obsession.
Oh.
I got an upfront. I recently, I'm going to be a co-author on a paper that's going to be published in the IEEE Transactions in Industrial Electronics. So check
Holy
that out.
shit!
Check that out.
Big time.
That's cool. Is that the first time you're being published, Ben?
No,
Oh.
it's the
Wow.
third.
Shit. I didn't.
What?
Wow.
Is that? What was that?
That was my alarm telling me to feed my cats, but they're going to have to wait.
I have to wait.
Fucking
Wow, I
God.
didn't realize that our co-host was such a big wig.
It's not a lot of times.
3 times?
Yeah.
More times than I've been published. Mm-hmm. One
You ever
time?
tried?
Wow, I just uncovered a memory in this moment.
Have you been published in the electronics magazine?
Do you remember? Okay, how did this happen? I don't know if I submitted a poem or something, but like when I was a kid, somehow a company reached out to me and said, we want to publish your poem in a book of poems. And I was like a kid.
Oh, that does sound familiar.
And it was like, send us, $50 or whatever, and we'll put you in this book. And it was basically like, it was a huge book full of short children's poems that like clearly was never sold in stores or anything. I think it was just basically like a way to convince proud parents to give them some money so that the kid could be like published. I don't remember how in the world it happened. I just remember being like, I don't know. And I also don't know, like, if it was like, I was so excited about the concept that mom and dad were like, okay, we'll pay for it. It's not that expensive. Or if like we were all suckered into it together. Like, I don't really know.
I feel like I had a similar experience with that. And I feel like what happened was my parents were like, no, this is like a business thing where you're basically just paying to get your thing published and it's not real or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that would have been cool. I wonder if your parents still have that.
I don't know, but it's like, that's exactly what it is. Like I could tell the minute I saw the book that's what it was. I don't remember if I had suspicions before that. I don't remember why we agreed to it, but I do remember like holding the book and being like, oh, there's my name. And then
because I feel like poetry.com used to be a thing.
Oh,
maybe
was it
through
from
there?
poetry.com?
And we
I
used to
on
write
poetry.com.
poetry.
Oh my God. Because
What
poetry.com used to give like a prize every day. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
What
Yep.
did they do?
Huh?
What did
Poetry.com used.
Oh, poetry.com is gone as hell. So there used to be a website called poetry.com, and you used to be able to like put your poetry up on it, and then like every day they would give out like a cash prize or something. Yeah, and I think
that's
it was like
right.
just at random.
Huh.
And you and I did that. I feel like we did that maybe together even.
I think maybe we both were doing it. Yeah, we were like
Was it like a big popular thing that people did a lot?
I don't know.
Who knows, Ben? Yeah, we were really in our like teenage years. We were really plugged into like what was big on the budding internet.
Oh my God. It was totally a poetry.com thing. And that's how they got my information to be like, hey, we want to publish you in our poetry.com book. That's exactly what it was. I just remember visiting every single day. And I like,
Yeah, same.
what? There was like some sort of puzzle aspect to it. I feel like it
Maybe
wasn't just
like a haiku. I feel like
it was a haiku. It was a haiku. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It was a haiku every day or something.
The puzzle poem, a haiku.
Was there a theme every day?
Maybe. Yeah, that sounds right. I'm looking in the Wayback Machine to see if there's anything there.
And I think you would submit a haiku, and so every day I would go and write my haiku, and then like they would like feature. I don't even know if there was a prize or if they just like featured the best one or like what happened. But I remember like every day submitting one, and then the next day going back to see if it was like featured. Wow, I've not thought about that in 100 years.
Same. You uncovered that in my brain.
Oh my God. That was wild. Yeah, somewhere, maybe in Mom and Dad's house if they kept it. I think I am published in a Poetry.com book.
I have... Okay, hold on. You ready? The puzzle poem. Haikus are puzzle poems. Have a fancy night.
Did you just write that?
Yeah.
Do you want to hear my favorite haiku I've written?
Yeah.
I know a word that's not monosyllabic. Wait. No, sorry. I know of a word that is not monosyllabic. Monosyllabic. You know, one of those. So I'm going in the Wayback Machine, Hannah, and I'm wondering, oh man, this is bringing it back.
Oh, share your screen.
Oh yeah, cool. Not interesting for anybody but me and Hannah. Don't care. Don't care. Okay.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, let's explore this in a different time. But this is
wow.
You're saying this isn't good podcast material?
No, but let me just say, Erin found the old website in the Wayback Machine. We're looking at it, and it's exactly as I remember it, and it's bringing back feelings for both Erin and me, and we're trying to figure out what...
beans.
What?
Sorry, I was reading, they have, like, the quotes of the winners, and a lot of them are cut off at a certain point in the sentence, but someone said, Kuehl beans, like Kewl beans.
Kuehl beans! Yeah, so it appears that they did a haiku contest and then they published the contest winners, and that was where this recovered memory came from. So, yeah, we can't figure out when exactly...
published Ancillary Poetry.
I might have won, but it's... wow. Just the number of things that we've all done in our lives that just disappear forever.
Yeah, I know.
But then they're still there somehow. It's overwhelming.
Yeah, it's wild.
Did I win $10,000? That one says your poem could win $10,000. Where's my money?
Where's my money? I feel like
Money, please.
I feel like we could and should sue.
Yeah.
That we would have complete legal ground to do so.
Wow. I just never thought...
That's exciting.
Yeah. Who knew?
Thanks,
Who knew
Wayback
that was
Machine.
Something we remembered. Yeah, thank you for that, Wayback Machine. Now it's just if you go to poetry.com now, it just says it's a new poetry.com is launching soon. So
yeah, and I bet that's been there for like 15 years.
Probably. So that's fun. So yeah, that's what we like to call upfront stuff. So why don't we pop in?
All right, is it me?
Yes, welcome to you now.
Thank you. I don't have an obsession this week.
Oh,
no, really?
Fuck.
Yeah, it's been like busy week at work. We finished She-Ra,
Nice.
which is a big thing. Like that was like huge news in the Brown household. I want to rewatch the finale. So good. So yeah, I'll just take this. So I don't have a unique obsession because like what I am watching was finished She-Ra, which we talked about in Let Me Grab That Episode for You.
Several episodes.
Yeah, She-Ra we talked about in episode 65. You would never drink that. And in episode 135, I can't find anything I'm clicking on. And it's phenomenal. And then when we finished She-Ra, we started watching Steven Universe, which was talked about. Oh, it's not on here. How's it not on here?
Didn't I?
That was defo Hannah's obsession one time.
I know.
I think, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, I would think so.
Maybe I've just heard you evangelize Steven Universe so much in our everyday life that I'm not sure if brought to the podcast.
Oh, we talked about it at 103. Oops, all up fronts.
Oh, that's fine.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So that's what I'm watching, and then I'm playing on my iPad, and I'm playing solitaire, which we talked about.
How far are you in Steven Universe?
Just a few episodes. It's so nice and relaxing. It's just like, you know, we work and then we work out and then we make dinner and then we have to clean the kitchen and then it's like, you know, and then we have like a thing to do at night, like a book club or a meeting or whatever. And then it's just so nice and pleasant, just like 15 minutes of like nice music and just nice, you know.
It's very soothing. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. So it's just a nice little silly thing.
The music gets more, I would say the music gets better and the story has a lot of hidden intricacy to it as well.
Cool.
Believe it or not.
Cool. Well, I'm excited. And then like what I'm reading is the Broken Earth series, which we talked about in episode 142. I noped that in the bud. So it's like, it's not that I'm not doing anything. It's just like, there's nothing new going on with me.
We're doing a book club about that. Oh, should we take this opportunity then to talk about what we're reading in our other book club?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. So, I wanted to give an update on, like, the anti-racism work that we've been doing on ourselves, and, like, together, because we said we would kind of continue updating about that. So, we've been doing, like, a group, book club thing and reading some things. So the first thing that we read was, So You Want to Talk About Race by Ijoma Oluo, which I don't think anybody brought as an obsession, but we have mentioned it before. Yeah. And then we watched Disclosure and talked about that, which is the awesome documentary that Erin talked about in an episode called...
Episode 140, An Embarrassment to All Ghosts.
Yeah.
Our titles are so good.
I know.
And then now we're reading The New Jim Crow. We're only, as a group, we've only gotten through the intro and the first chapter, because it's like the first section for study groups recommended, but it's already
6 chapters. So it's
It's
only 6 chapters.
Oh yeah, they're big chapters.
Like very meaty, and also this book is the 10th anniversary edition, has like 15 introductions and which are all good. They're just like
start.
I'm just like I was like, cool, I must be almost done my reading. Oh no, I haven't even started on it because none of these are actually mentioned in the study guide. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's, I would say, has already been like incredibly enlightening, though. We I would recommend it personally already to anybody, and if you're someone who is, you know, has been thinking a lot about these things too and looking for resources, those are all resources that I would recommend on the topics of anti-racism and also like learning about trans issues and trans representation in Disclosure. And if you want to, bless you. Wow. Bless you. If you want to, you know, write to us about them, like email us or whatever and tell us what you're reading and what you're thinking about it and stuff, you should do that.
Do it.
Yeah.
You email or snail mail and just put all 3 of our addresses on the envelope and they'll figure it out.
Yeah,
our
the
addresses,
postal
of
service...
course, are... And Hannah, this is where you just drop all of our home addresses.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, and the Postal Service is, you know, doing really great right now, so I'm sure that they'll figure it out. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to have an upfront, which was a flippin' shout out, because by the time that you're listening to this, Molly, your birthday was yesterday. Happy flippin' birthday.
Happy flippin' birthday.
So great. What a great lady. And my mom's birthday. Same day. Flippin' happy birthday.
Happy flippin' birthday.
To 2 special ladies in my life. I almost said big ladies, but like big in like importance.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 special ladies in my life. Okay.
That's beautiful. Happy birthday to both of those wonderful women.
Yeah, big weekend. Big weekend. So that's all for me.
Cool. Well, we all have weeks like that.
Yeah.
We all get one. And that's it.
Yep, just one. No obsession for meshing.
All right, then. Ben, what's your obsession?
My obsession is, I have two I'm debating between. I think I'm going to talk about one of them, talk about the other one next week, because you'll see why. I'm not even going to spoil it at all.
Okay.
But so Kylie's been working late a lot lately because she's super important and works on a project for the CDC related to COVID, and she has to work all the freaking time. Mm-hmm. So I've had to find ways to entertain myself at night, which is like, what?
Boring.
Can you even imagine?
Does she usually like put on like plays for you, like one-man shows or what?
Yeah, like, I mean, it's not uncommon for me to like come up to Kylie while she's like watching ASMR and drawing and be like, I'm bored, entertain me. And I wish I was joking, but I do that sometimes.
That's fair.
To be fair, though, sometimes I'll be like listening to a podcast and doing something, and then she'll be bored and come and bother me. And sometimes it's just fun to bother your significant other when you're bored. Yeah. I think we all are like can relate to that.
Couple cats.
Yeah,
like a couple cats.
So anyway, she's been real busy with her important work, whatever. And I begrudge her success, of course. So I've been watching. I finished the Adventure Zone, and I remembered that a while ago. I finished re-listening to the first campaign of Adventure Zone, I should say. And I remembered a while ago I saw on YouTube this Dimension 20 RPG called Tiny Heist that all of the McElroys were in as player characters, along with two like College Humor actors, Jessica Ross and Lily Dew, I think are their names. And I had watched like a little bit of it a while ago, and it's like it was good, but I was just like stopped watching it for some reason. And I was like real hungry for that like McElroy RPG content.
Mm-hmm. Macaroni and cheese.
And the DM for that, it was part of the show Dimension 20, which is like another one of these RPG shows that is run by the College Humor folks. The DM is a guy named Brendan Lee Mulligan, who I have seen a couple other places. Like he's been in a couple Polygon videos playing board games with them. Mm-hmm. I've also like seen him in some College Humor sketches that are really funny, and he was also in an episode of Rude Tales of Magic as a character that was really, really good. So he's definitely like a person I knew about and liked a lot. There's been I would say that there's kind of always a continuing degree of controversy around Wizards of the Coast and Dungeons and Dragons in general. And I feel like Dimension 20 has kind of been one of the places that has made one of the safer communities for queer people and people of color. Like there was recently one of like the big controversies was that there was a writer whose name I cannot remember, but they're a black non-binary writer who was working at Wizards of the Coast, which is the company that makes Dungeons and Dragons, and found themselves very frustrated with their input not being like taken into account and ended up quitting. And they were just recently hired by Dimension 20 to like help them make new shows. Yeah. So I was like, okay, so they're doing cool stuff over there. And like being, hopefully actually genuinely listening to this person's input and everything. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try watching this again because I got time and I'm bored. And it's so great. It is like still Dungeons and Dragons, but it's like kind of a homebrew version. Like they have kind of custom skills that aren't in regular Dungeons and Dragons. And also like the setting is not like a fantasy setting. It is, the reason it's called Tiny Heist is because it takes place like all in, they're all like miniature people. Like the characters are either like these tiny little 1-inch tall people called biddy folk, or they're toys, or they're bugs, or they're fairies. Like, they're all like small little people. And all of the settings are like basically in the yard of this one house of this one family called the Littles. And like, there's like the big city is Trash City, which is like a dumpster basically. And there's like the place that Griffin's character is from is called the Heap, which is just like piles of sand and dirt underneath the deck of the house. Like, it's all actually, and Dimension 20 production quality is very, very good, to like the point where they have like when they have like combat or heists for in this campaign, they don't do a lot of combat, more like heisty scenarios. They have like super detailed I want to say, I don't know if it's like maps, I guess. Like, they had a whole scene, they had a whole episode that took place in a casino, and like the production team like put together a casino made of like small, because the whole idea of this place is they like repurpose all of our stuff into like other things. Like, for example, like the casino had Tamagotchis that were like, they had repurposed into slot machines, and like there were old phones that had Snake on them that were like their DDR kind of. And like the production team like actually put together like these miniature sets that were like made of little stuff like that. And it's cool. So fucking cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, there and it's just like super fun. It is, if you want it. So the first episode's on YouTube. If you want to watch more of it, which I did, it's behind a paywall on College Humor's like subscription website, which is dropout.tv.
That's what I was going to ask. I did a free
trial, but I think I'm going to go ahead and keep paying for it because I kind of want to watch more Dimension 20 stuff now, and it's like all on there. Especially because I learned like one of the this is called Dimension 20 side quests. That's what they call it. Like, they have a couple of these little like, they're not one shots, it's just like kind of few episode adventures rather than like long campaigns. But I think there's also a main campaign, and there's an actor named Zach Oyama who's on Comedy Bang Bang relatively frequently and also works at College Humor, who I think is like one of the main cast members on that. I really like him. So
how many episodes is Tiny Heist? Did you finish it?
It's 6. I'm on the 4th or 5th right now. And cool. they're each like 2 hours.
Okay. I was about to ask if they're long.
Let me run through all the characters because they're all really great. Justin McElroy plays Rick Diggins, he's a Lego man, but for copyright reasons they call him a Clicko man. And
is that?
Oh my god! You just did it again.
I know.
I got thirsty because I was talking a lot. It's what happens.
I have a question.
Also, Erin was about to ask a question. That's why I did that.
Well, yeah, I have a question and a comment. My comment is that during book club the other night, Ben did that. He was like talking, and then he was like, and then he like took some big gulps of water. It was really funny. Everyone laughed.
Interrupted himself to drink water.
And he was like, it was like excited. He's like, and then like just like couldn't get enough water. He was like about to die. And he take those sips of water. It was really incredible. It was exciting to see. Glad to see it again. Copyright reasons in game or in actuality?
In actuality, like it wasn't. Oh, I see what you're saying. It wasn't supposed to be like a knockoff. Like, they didn't want to deal with having a character that was actually a Lego.
I really like the idea of it being like in game, though.
Yeah, and so as a Clicko man, he has different bodies that he can swap out. So there are actually like 6 different Rick Diggins that are like different costumes, but there's like actually like different torsos and heads that he swaps out. It's amazing. And he's like super dark because he was lost in the back seat of the car for 2 years. And he like is scarred from that. So,
yo, I kind of want to play this game.
It's amazing, and it's like, because it's like it's all adorable and small, but it's like super like harsh realities in all of these stories. Like the toys can't stay alive, can't be animated unless they have either the love of a child or a drug called fairy dust that they have to take every day, and it's like basically like heroin or cocaine. Like it's like a hard drug that they have to use every day to stay alive.
Wow.
And then Clint McElroy, the dad, plays a big old Hercules beetle named Boomer, which is hilarious because he's the oldest person and named his character Boomer.
I like the social commentaries. I like the social commentaries in this game so far.
Yeah,
it's about reuse and trash and the love or drug. I like it.
Yeah, it's great. Then Jessica Ross plays a fairy named Agnes, who's basically like an old, like high roller kind of character. Like she like lives in a penthouse of the casino and is like a well-respected figure in like sort of underground circles because she's just like a rich person. I don't know. She's fucking hilarious. And then the other Lily Dew is a biddy folk that's like super tech obsessed. That like her story is her people are like they live in a drawer inside the teen center that like has old like calculators and old phone batteries and stuff in it, and so they're like the technologically advanced people. Her name,
teen center.
Her name is Ty 83. As in, like her family, and she's like, my parents named me after the most advanced technology.
Amazing.
That's wonderful.
Griffin is a monk named Bean, who's another biddy folk that lives in the heap, and like his like whole monastery kind of thing. I think they're called. It's like the Temple of the Watermelon or something, and they're all like hillbilly monks. Like they establish at one point that like kind of their equivalent to like namaste is to like bow and go hell yeah. And then Travis is a car toy, like a transformer,
but he has a different name too.
Yeah, it's Cargo Jones. Oh, I forget what it is.
Like
yeah, but there's another copyright hilarious name for him. But he can turn into like a station wagon. So he's got like wood paneling all over him. But yeah, they're trying to pull off a heist. It's really fun.
That sounds fun. I want to play that after we play Stars Without Numbers. I'm having a great time in space, but this sounds so fun.
Yeah, it's really cool. I don't know like how I don't know if you can like get access to whatever Brennan did. Like first of all, I don't know if this is something Brennan Lee Mulligan made, this whole setting and kind of this alternate rules of D&D, or if it's like something that's kind of out there. I haven't really looked into it. But if it's something he made, I hope he like open sourced it so that other people can take a look at it too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. I watched the first episode and I enjoyed it, and I never even thought to look. But yeah, it was super fun to like play in that headspace. Like we were just talking the other day somewhere about how like I often feel, especially with D&D, like just kind of like hemmed in by the fantasy settings, and so it's really nice to kind of like think about playing in other types of settings.
Yeah, and I like it like because one of the things we talked about that we like about D&D is it just like plays very smooth. I feel like it just like maybe it's just like because it's been around for so many years and had so many revisions and like been kind of refined over a long time. Like has had a lot of playtesting basically. I feel like it just works very well as an RPG, but you're right in that like the setting can be a little bit restricting. And I kind of like how for this they just like took it entirely outside of that setting, but like kept a lot of the smoothness of it, which is really cool.
I feel like, not that I've played a ton of RPGs, but you know, definitely getting some under my belt. My favorite by far aspect is not like battling or world building. It's like the silliness, like all of the chances, which is a little bit world building, but I just like love all the like kind of areas where we can like be silly and fun and funny, and I feel like this world is kind of like all cracks that open.
Time. Absolutely. And like Brennan Lee Mulligan does a really great job of like introducing NPCs on the fly and just like for the purpose of kind of playing along with the player characters' bits that they're trying to do, or just like introducing his own bits out of nowhere. It's so great.
That sounds fun.
How much is it, the Dimension 20 thing?
I think it's $5 a month. But there's like you can do a 7-day free trial, I think.
Cool.
What's this show called again? Is it Dimension 20 or is that the platform?
It's Dimension. The platform is Dropout.tv. The like kind of overarching franchise is Dimension 20. The specific Dimension 20 side quest that this one is called is Tiny Heist.
Tiny Heist.
Tiny Heist.
I spelled tiny with an
the
E.
production value is crazy. Crazy good.
It's really good. Mm-hmm. I enjoy it a lot.
Who's barking?
And there are a couple. There's a really fucking annoying dog in the house next door that has been barking so much for the past like week.
Oh no!
Wow.
It like is such a yippy, loud, high pitched dog. What was I have to say? Oh, it's right there on the tip of my tongue, but it's gone.
The tippy tongue of the tippy of the tongue.
What was I saying? The production quality is really good.
Production value is really good.
And what did that lead me to?
Something
about
Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
Yes. Black Lives Matter.
Nice. Love it.
Nice.
Wow. That dog sucks.
Yeah, that's wild. I was like, that doesn't sound like Henry. I don't think he would yip like that. Jeez.
No. Well, so he has nothing to bark at now. He only barks at like mail trucks.
Oh my god, I got so many packages today. I was waiting and waiting. I ordered so many things and they all came today. Mostly puzzles.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Congratulations.
Puzzles. We got coffee. I got some new headphones because my old headphones.
Wow.
I just am on the quest. I'm on a quest for the best pair of headphones. And
Quest for the best.
For the best.
Quest for the best.
Quest for the best.
Are you wearing them right now?
No, they're wireless.
Why aren't you wearing them right now?
Headphones.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Okay. Well, this is gonna be like the most bougie complaint in the world, but like I got these wireless like Samsung ones that are like really good at pairing with my phone because I have a Samsung phone, and then I paired them to my phone, but I also paired them to like this computer and my work computer at various points. And now every time that I turn on, if I usually want them paired to my phone, but if Ian turns on this computer or if I turn on my work computer, they unpair from my phone and pair to one of the computers instead.
Oh, that's
and it's
so
like
annoying.
Just a constant annoyance. So with the new ones, I decided, and the reason I got ones besides these was because the left earbud on this one just like suddenly is like so quiet that it's not usable. So that's a pain in the ass. So I got these new ones that are like the latest version of the Samsung wireless headphones, and I've only paired them to my phone, and I'm only going to pair them to my phone because I don't need wireless headphones for this, you know? But I'm just
She doesn't need the best for this. I would also like to point out, it sounds like you're not on the quest for the best. It sounds like you're on the quest for something that like works like it works in a baseline way. Like
I have incredibly bad luck with headphones. They either break or I lose them if they're good. Like this pair here is one of the best ones that's lasted the longest. But I like wireless ones. So
if you love it, let it go.
Yeah, totally.
That's your philosophy for headphones that you like.
Yep. I should stop that.
Whether you want it or not, that's your forced philosophy.
So anyway, I forget why we brought that up, but yeah.
Oh, because Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
That's why. Right. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, Ben, yeah, that's a cool obsession. I should check all of that out. It's
good. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. There it is. It's back.
Yes.
They have a couple like clips on YouTube of funny moments from like episodes that are behind the paywall, probably to get people interested in watching, which worked on me. But they're really, so if you want to like get a little taster, see if you're interested. It's funny. I would recommend the one, it's called like The Worst Hospital in the World or something like that. Maybe I could just find it and send it to Hannah and she can link it somewhere.
Is that a different...
Just send it to Hannah. I'm not interested.
Is that a different adventure?
No. It's just it's a clip from Tiny Heist.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, send it to just me.
Because it's extremely funny.
Cool.
And I don't deserve extremely funny. I almost fell off my chair.
Yeah, we saw. How long is this clip? Should we watch it now or just post it with the homework?
We can just post it and watch it at our own leisure. It's 7 minutes.
Right.
We need to watch the whole thing right now.
We'll watch it at our own leisure. All right, cool. Yeah. Do you want to know my obsession then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good job, Ben.
Great job,
Thanks.
Ben.
What's Hannah?
What's Hannah?
What's Hannah?
What is Hannah?
Hannah, wait. I feel like you need some sort of introductory noise for your obsession.
There it is.
Okay.
Creak. Slam. Sit.
Was that... No, we weren't recording yet. Okay.
Nope, that's just for us.
That's just for us. All right,
It's a little inside baseball.
So for my obsession, I have to thank Molly. Happy birthday, Molly.
Happy birthday, Molly.
Happy
What a
yesterday.
nice lady.
Yeah. Because...
We had a great day yesterday, didn't we?
I'm sure you did. Well, you will did.
We really did.
Because when we were in one of our book clubs earlier this week, she recommended a podcast that I then listened to all of and found very fascinating and thought-provoking.
Wasn't that yesterday?
Yeah, I listened to it all today. It's only 5 episodes. It's called Nice White Parents.
Not the yesterday I referred to earlier, but the literal yesterday of today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've been hearing about that podcast.
Yeah.
My wife.
From your wife.
Yeah, I know Molly.
Yeah. Has she been telling you about it? Like what it's all
bit.
about? So it's... I wouldn't say it's the sort of thing you can spoil, so I'm just going to kind of tell you guys what I found interesting about it.
Yeah.
And I would still recommend everybody listen to it, because obviously it doesn't take that long, as I listened to the entire thing today. So,
yeah.
So it's from Serial Production Studio, the company that did... The studio that did Serial.
The corporation that made cereal.
It's
General Mills.
The firm that made cereal.
It's
Kellogg.
It's
Nice.
a documentary series that was reported over the course of years by Hannah
How many?
Jaffe Walt.
List how many?
At least 5.
Which ones? Let's see if you really listen to it.
I mean... I think she was, I actually don't know how much of it was past tense and how much of it she was, like, present for.
Whoa.
But there was a lot.
That's fucking deep.
But it covers the course of, like, 60 years, the whole, like, history of this one school in New York City.
Wow.
But it sort of starts with Hannah Jaffe Walt, like, noticing that this school that's been, so there's New York State it was recently, like, a study was done, and it's like the most segregated, like the schools are the most segregated of like any state in the union. Like,
wow.
And it's, and New York City, part of I think why is like, because there's, an emphasis in the last recent years on school choice, like parents, kind of have a lot of options when it comes to where to send their kids. But there was this interesting thing that happened like 5 or so years ago where all of the schools that were like the schools that the rich white parents wanted their kids to get into, that were like done through a lottery system to get in. This was like middle school level. They didn't have many spaces, like enough spaces. They were just like full. And all of a sudden, somebody mentioned like this school that was just down the street. It was called like International School or something, but nobody knew why it was called that, including like the principal. But it was like it was a predominantly like African American and minority school that was not like generally viewed as desirable by white parents. But then this one white parent like reached out to the principal and was like, hey, would you ever do a French immersion program in your school? And she said, yeah, if there's enough interest. And so that guy like just gathered a bunch of other white parents that were all trying to figure out where to bring their kids, and like had them all come and show interest. And so they like admitted all these kids, and they had space for them. Huh?
I feel like I've heard of this school.
It's really interesting. So then what happened was, this was like the sort of genesis of this particular time this has happened. It's not the first time that white parents have gotten like involved in this school and then kind of like just like stirred some shit and run off basically, but it's the most recent time. So they enrolled all these kids, and then they started, up the French program. But the same guy who had like gathered all these parents to enroll their kids was like a professional fundraiser for like nonprofits in his daily life. And so he like started this side committee, this fundraising committee for the school that was like separate from the PTA. Like the PTA, which was like parents of students who had been there for, years before that, or who had been there already before this year, didn't even know this committee existed until one day the principal showed up and was like, the fundraising committee says they're going to raise $50,000 for the school. And the PTA was like, how are we going to get that money? And do we get to choose how it's allocated? And And like, basically they like said yes, but the answer was really no. Like he was basically like, he was raising funds specifically for the French program. That's how he was pitching it. He was like, he like went to the French embassy and like had them do this big lavish like gala fundraiser for them, where a bunch of people showed up to donate money who were like either French nationals or like Francophiles who were very wealthy, who like went to this like thing at the French embassy to raise money for this like school. And because it wasn't going into the like general fund, it was just like all allocated to these, and the majority of the kids in the French program, a lot of them French was their first language anyway, but they were all like the new, mostly white kids in the program, because there was no interest for the kids that were already there for this program. So it was just like, became this huge point of contention, across all the parents. And then she went back like to look at the history of the school, and like there are aspects of like there was like a letter writing campaign with white parents when the school was first being planned, before it was even built. They were planning to build it right next door to these like housing projects, and the parents who lived like near the black part of town but not in the black part of town wrote to like the committee that was planning the school and were like, hey, you should put it like right on the edge between like their part of town and our part of town, because then it'll be easier to integrate the schools, and we want integrated schools. So could you put it here, and then that'll help everybody? And like, it all sounded well and good, but then 5 years later, when the school was finished, no white parents enrolled their children at this school. So it just ended up like 3 blocks farther away from where most of the students actually lived than it needed to be. So like, and those are not even the only 2 times that they've done shit like this. And like, it's crazy because the reporting is very good. She was able to find a lot of the people who wrote those letters and ask them like why they didn't end up enrolling their kids and stuff. And I think that was like maybe the most interesting part of the whole podcast for me, because a lot of them all of them essentially, like, they certainly did not acknowledge it had anything to do with being uncomfortable with their kids being around, like, kids that were not white. They also, like, all had very specific reasons, and a lot of it boiled down to, like, I have these ideals, but I don't want to sacrifice, you know, my child's education for my own, for the sake of my own ideals. Like, and there's like this weird push and pull, which is like kind of understandable, in a way. But also like a lot of them didn't even remember writing the letters, or like didn't even remember how much of a controversy it had been, or like never thought about it again, basically. And like, it really made me think about like the power of white privilege really being like how little you have to think about so many aspects of life that are so significant to other people. And like, you know, how much we've been learning about like, how there's like a 99 to 100% chance that there are things that I've said or done in my life as like a white person in America that have stuck with someone who is not white forever, that I don't remember saying at all. Like, you know, stuff like that, but on a grander scale. And also just the, you know, the fact it really stuck out that like, even once they put their kids in this school, it was like the white parents didn't even think to like go to the PTA meeting. They just like started their own committee like instantly, just so because they just wanted to talk to each other. Like, I don't know. So it's like, I think the podcast does a really good job of like, trying to explore these things without demonizing anybody. I don't think that, that these nice white parents are especially racist compared to like any other like white parents in the country. I just think like it's a really interesting case study of like how, easy it can be to have values that you don't actually live out, or have opinions that you don't actually agree with, as you put it so nicely yesterday, Erin.
Yeah. And just like we're primed to believe that we can just like swoop in and have good ideas.
Yeah.
We just don't.
Yeah.
That's interesting, because I feel like that's kind of the flipped version of when Erin said yesterday that she has opinions she doesn't agree with. Mm-hmm. It's like kind of the unchecked privilege version of that is, you know, you preach these things, or you do, you know, kind of surface level activism, and then don't actually internalize or change your behavior at all. So it's kind of the same thing where you have these opinions of like social justice, but you don't agree with them in the sense that your actions don't end up actually aligning with that at all.
Yeah. But the school has evolved in some really interesting ways in the last like 5 years since then. So it's not like just a purely hopeless story. It's actually very, very interesting. I highly recommend listening to it. Sorry, Erin, what were you about to say?
I wasn't saying anything. That was Ben's cat.
Let me just a quick aside. Kylie came in to get something out of the closet, and Coma walked in there, so she left the door open. And for the past about 5 or 10 minutes, he's been trying desperately to jump on the shelves in there and falling a few times. And he just now gave up and walked out of the closet yelling.
I'm not satisfied. 0 stars.
Yeah.
Wait,
not satisfied with my service.
He's Como again now?
What? He's always been Como. What are you talking about?
I feel like I'm being gaslit.
Yeah.
He's always been Brian. What?
So yeah, that's pretty much it. It was just it's very interesting, and it's very like, I think it just came out recently.
Whatever.
It feels very timely as well. If it came out recently. I mean, either way, really. Yeah.
Otherwise untimely and inappropriate.
I mean, yeah, July. Hey, do you guys mind if I pee? Like, I know we're so close to the end, but I would just like feel like 100% more comfortable if I just like pee.
Yeah,
right
go whip out a piss.
Yeah,
Yes.
I guess I'll go pee too then.
Hey, let's all
Yeah, sure. Why not? I have to pee again.
Hey, let's go. Group pee. Hey, if you're listening at home, go pee. I win. I'm back first. Yeah, no one's here. I can say whatever I want. Hello. Welcome to WayTooBroad. Erin Takeover. My name is Erin, and these are my co-hosts, Apple and Kombucha. Hi, Apple. Hi, Kombucha. I was just doing my own podcast.
Oh, cool. How's it going?
Pretty good.
What's it called?
It's called WayTooBroad. Erin Takeover. My co-hosts were my Apple and my Kombucha.
Were they good co-hosts?
Yeah, they're pretty good, but Apple left. I ate it.
Oh, shit. You ate your co-host?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
Better watch out.
All right. Should we... What are we doing now?
I think we're done.
The end.
Homework.
I think it's homework. You know, I am more comfortable when I have relieved my bladder, so I'm glad that we did that, even though we're towards the end.
Yeah, totally. Cool. Well, Erin, what's your homework?
Okay, well, I don't really have any now, do I? Well, watch She-Ra, number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, watch She-Ra again. Number 3, watch Steven Universe. Number 4, read the Broken Earth series. Number 5, read the new Jim Crow. Mm-hmm. And listen to this podcast. Is it good? Yes.
This one that they're listening to?
Yeah.
Yep. Number 7, happy birthday yesterday, Molly. Boy, wasn't that sushi dinner so tasty? We're getting takeout. Okay, that's all. I mean, we got takeout. It was delicious. All right.
My homework is watch Tiny Heist. The first episode's faux free on YouTube.
I'm excited to watch that.
Yeah, it's very funny. I like it. And if you want to watch more, it's on Dropout TV. Dropout.tv. For money.
Dropout.tv.
For money.
For money. You know, you support
money.
support the people making it by giving them money. Twitter, it's nicely proved Ben. I did the same thing last week.
You did. And it is confusing.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
My Twitter is it's nicely proved Ben.
No, it's not.
My Twitter is it's @ nicely proved Ben.
Yeah.
Is that confusing?
Not one bit.
Totally clear, yeah. Probably best possible way, yeah, definitely.
Hannah will fix it in post.
Oh my god, with the rabbit holes and the bathroom breaks, this is gonna be...
It's gonna be a lot. 4 to 5 hours for editing.
My homework is listen to Nice White Parents wherever you listen to podcasts. It's very good and interesting. And also watch Steven Universe. And my Twitter is Anthropology. Also my Instagram. And another podcast called So Dreamy where we talk about dreams. That's still out in the universe. And so for the podcast, if you want to call us, tell us what your obsession is, tell us what you think about the things that we talked about this week, tell us what anti-racist resources you're reading or watching. You can do that at 774-326-0420.
Blaze it.
Blaze it.
Yes, that's fucking perfect.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
That's our voicemail. You can tweet at us at TwoBroadPod. You can find us on Instagram at WayTooBroad. You can email us at WayTooBroad@gmail.com. And if you missed anything that we talked about, or you need a place to find the links that we said will be in the description, you can find all that at WayTooBroad.com for anything you want. EarnBen.com for anything you need. MaxFun.org for a beautiful, pure slice of internet. Poetry.com for nothing right now, but used to be big time fun.
Wayback Machine,
yeah.
Poetry.com for some award-winning poems.
And that's all what that is. So the
That's all that
podcast
is.
candle is now extinguished. Bye.
Wow, we love you.
Wow, we love you. Happy birthday, Molly.
Happy birthday, Molly. And also Mom, who doesn't listen to this podcast because she doesn't like to listen to other people.